What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another exciting edition of This Week in Madden Show 201. We had a big episode on TWIM 200 last week. Gave away a free Chiefs offensive scheme, so you want to check the channel and get involved there. Now, we do have more tips just like that coming in tonight. Gibbs, last week on the Game of the Week, I took you down not once, but twice.
Yeah.
With the halfback stretch.
Yeah.
The best run in the game, maybe, besides the counter.
Yeah.
Everyone's saying, how do you stop the stretch? How do you stop the counter? It was 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
You were in a hotel room. You traveled with your Xbox. Cross country.
You know why? You know why? Because I'm a true man of the people. You see these eyes right here? I haven't slept in 3 days. That's because
You also haven't won a game of Madden in 3 days.
That's not true. I've been sleeping. I haven't been sleeping because I've been just... How do I have better run defense? How can I provide people run defense? And you know what? We have the answer tonight on tonight's show. We have the answer for run defense.
There will be run defensive tips on the show tonight, guys. This is kind of a get your notebook out. This is kind of a 20-minute tip. This is kind of 5 things you got to remember. There's a lot going on. You might have to move that camera just slightly if you want to be in the shots today.
Yeah.
But that is what we'll have for you guys tonight. We're also going to talk about the top MUT quarterbacks, plays to score in the red zone, some user control tips. You can keep going. Good. Should be good. Cool. We're going to have plays to stop drag routes. If you're in the brain trust, there's going to be some tips on the 3-4 blitz defensive scheme coming in. And then we're actually going to give you another scheme from the Rams offensive playbook. It seems like you guys liked the Chiefs scheme last week, so we'll hook you up with some more plays, but this time for the Rams playbook. But let's waste no time. Welcome to everyone in the chat. Welcome to everyone watching, whether you're watching on YouTube or if you're live right now on twitch.tv/Madden Tips. Gibbs, let's jump into the mailbag and take this thing down.
Let's do it.
First one tonight is from Aiden Cooper, possibly Sgibs in disguise. He says, I'm having trouble stopping stretch runs and counter runs. How can I stop the run in Madden 17? Gibbs, tell everyone kind of what you've figured out and what we're going to get into right now. This is probably the best tip we're going to give so far in Madden 17.
Yeah, so it all started with recognizing the run fits. So Madden 17 has done a great job of showing you and revamping the way run defense works in the game. And when you're wrong, you got to admit it. And I've been saying, hey, play with auto defensive flip off because you want to be able to set up your blitzes, you want to be able to freeze your defense, and you want to know the position on your field. But what I've discovered is something that is, for the most part, a huge mistake. Huge mistake of what I've been saying is like a great way to play run defense. And we're going to talk about it right here, right now. So first and foremost, we'll go into settings just to show you right here.
So you're now recommending a strategy change,
yes.
Game options,
yes,
auto flip defensive play call on. After last week we stated off.
On. So first and foremost though, let's just show you what was happening, leaving it off, okay?
Okay.
So I have it off, come out into play. So you guys know notoriously I played early this year a lot of 46 Bear. Really aggressive style defense, and let's just kind of like mimic what that sort of looks like. So the Bear sort of looks like this, right? The front kind of looked like this. Like this is, for the most part, this is as close as I can. What is that guy doing? That's crazy banana sauce right there. But anyways, the closest thing I can get to you for here is from this formation here. It looks like this. And what I was doing was I'd blitz off this edge, and I would have my defense kind of set up like that, right?
Right.
And that's like, for the most part, what it looked like. So then
right.
I would be like, oh, I'm blitzing 5 guys. I have guys all in the box. This is good run defense. And then I would also do like a line crash. I'd crash my line out, crash it in, depending on whatever the blitz was. So right. I was trying to have best of both worlds, like a good run defense and a good pass defense. So then I was just getting crushed on the run.
Right.
Like I couldn't contain stretches. I'm like, I got guys on the edge. Like, why can't I stop the run? Like, what's happening? So then I went ahead and like I talked to Will Sykes a little bit, gameplay guy over on the Madden team. And he was like, have you checked your run fits, man? Like, what's going on? And I was like, of course I've checked my run fits.
So here's the thing, okay? And this is the tip. This is part of this large tip of why you can't stop the run. Gibbs was still playing Madden 16.
I was playing Madden 15,
He was
Madden 14,
playing Madden 14,
13, 12.
Madden 25, Madden 15.
10, 9.
He run fits is like a beginner. It's an advanced term, but it's like a beginner thing. It's like you're not stopping the run because you're not checking your run fits. Sgibs is like, look, I have 7 guys in every single gap. I know without looking at my run fits, the actual thing in the game, that I'm good at every gap.
Right.
But what we're telling you is you got to actually look at your run fits, and you can do that by simply just pressing the right stick.
Right. Well, not pressing. It's
like
flicking to the right, just flicking to the right and flicking to the left. So first off, what I want to show you...
Not the coach cam.
Not
the coach cam.
Right.
Our trigger right stick, just right stick. I didn't even know... I couldn't find it.
So let's take a look at what this means, right? So right stick, you can see we have a force defender and a cutback defender, and then you can see all your other defenders in the appropriate lanes. Well, first off, I would like to call attention to this linebacker here. He's not in a run fit, and it's because I took him out of the box, right? So first off, when I'm now calling that 46 bear, or if you set up a defense and you take someone out of position, guess what he's doing? He's not playing run first now. So now he's like a nickel guy. Like he's not appropriately in a run fit. So this guy's a waste of defender, right? Problem number 1. Problem number 2. I would always blitz this defender off the edge here, Ward. Well, he's the force defender. So what happens when you blitz a force defender, Farls? Guess what? You lose your force defender. So now his first job, his number 1 job on the defense side of the ball as force defender is I must get to the edge. I must not let my guy get outside of me. Well, guess what? When I make him blitz for a pass defense, now his first job is I must get to the quarterback. So he no longer plays containment, and that messes everything up. So now you're taking away all these like pre-baked tools of like helping you have good run defense in the game, and you're destroying them. So let's first take a look at what this looks like. I want you to go in, and I want you to call I-form and call a toss.
Any one or?
Just I-form normal. Same formation we were just in. Call a toss.
Little toss right here. HB toss. Sgibs is going to come out in the 3-4 odd.
3-4 odd. I'm going to come out in the trio. No, the solid. The old trio sky zone. So the thing I want you to notice here is take a look at the force defender, Ward. Let's first show you what a force defender looks like on a normal play. Toss. Okay. I didn't make any adjustments. Go ahead. Toss
He's got the F over his head. He gets out there. He cuts down the blocker.
Did a great job, right? Did a great job.
Bottles everything back up inside.
Now let me be super Sgibs and let me do all my mad scientist moves. Right. Blitz here, blitz there, blitz everywhere. Okay, that's what now my defense looks like.
So you blitz TJ Ward. He's no longer a force defender.
He's no longer a force defender.
But he's still over there. He's still blitzing, but he's not technically on a force assignment.
But take a look at my linebacker. He's supposed to play over there in that gap run support. Well, because I did my fancy setups, he's now way out of position, right? So now you run, TJ Ward loses containment, and voila, now we have the reason why people can't stop the run in Madden NFL 17. So that's the big problem number 1 right there. So problem number 2, it's not so much with a bear, the bear front. It's more with like your other formation. So let's take a look if I come out in the nickel 2-4-5 buck slam 3. So come out in I-form again.
Okay.
Come out in the toss. So when you have auto flip on, the game is always going to balance your set appropriately with the offensive set. Now this has never really been a problem, but now with run fits, it really does change a lot of the way the game plays. Like see how my safety up here is supposed to play in run support?
Right.
That's a bad matchup for me because he's way back. I have extra defenders off the left edge. I'm going to get crushed off the right edge. So the game, if you had auto flip on, it would actually play like this. So notice the difference. Look where our force defender's coming from. Our force defender's coming off the strong side of the ball. That's exactly what you want. Right. And now you use the safety here as a cleanup defender.
In case I go left.
Correct. So now run the ball to the right. Tosses, like, why am I always getting crushed? Why am I always
Look at TJ Ward. He fought way harder to get out there instead of coming down at the angle.
Correct.
What you would think is this. So you see make TJ Ward the force defender.
What do you mean?
So flip your...
Yeah, well, first, without flipping the play, this is the play we're going to run, right?
Right.
Well, look who my force defender is.
Right.
You know how hard of a job that is for Von Miller to get outside and play force defender?
Right.
Like go ahead and run the play. And Stewart's supposed to be in run fits. He just gets blown off the ball.
Right.
Because that's what's going to happen. He can't get wide, set the edge. And the other problem is Stewart here, he is supposed to play run support. Well, guess what happens if I bring TJ Ward up in the box? He's not in run fit. He's not in run support help by the design of the play. right? So that means he's not going to do anything. He's going to play pass coverage first. So even if I throw him up in the box, he's not going to do
He'll
his
just chase the
appropriate
ball
job.
carrier, but he doesn't have a true assignment. He's not playing with the rest of his teammates.
And then when I'm out here using the safety, I feel like, I'm shooting gaps. But the problem is I'm using a defender that has a specific assignment, and if I don't follow that assignment, I'm going to hurt my run defense. So what happens is I'll take him here, and I'll try to shoot a gap out there, and then my opponent will cut it back up the middle and go for a touchdown.
Right.
So when you have the appropriate adjustment, like auto flip on, the play would actually come out like this. So you'd set your play up. You can still set your blitz up all you want. So like I have my blitz set up. Now you have the appropriate running lane set up. Right. And notice now I'm using Stewart. He has no run fit assignment. This makes a great user defender now.
What's TJ Ward's Xena zone?
Yeah.
So
deep zone.
The thought is this.
No, purpose.
Okay, so the thought is this, and I've done this. I get super excited. I say this guy is going to run a toss. So I take TJ Ward, who's already in the perfect assignment for the play, force. I drag him down.
Right.
But since he's in a purple, I'm like, man, he might drop back.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a run, he might drop back, and then he might come down and play.
Right.
So I go, you know what? I'm risking all my eggs. Mm-hmm. I'm taking TJ Ward. I'm dragging him outside, and I'm blitzing him. Because I don't want him to have anything else but just run straight down at the screen.
Right.
And when you blitz him, he loses his force.
You
think it's better because you're like, I'm saying go.
Watch.
But he's already going to go and do the right thing.
Literally, I lose he's no longer force.
Right.
But that then becomes the problem, right? And look at now if I rezone him, he's no longer the force anymore. Right. So now I lose my force defender.
So by being aggressive and trying to predict exactly what your guy's going to do, it potentially can hurt your run defense.
Right.
That's why you got to check the run fits, which is right stick to the right if you think they're running right, or if the run's right, that's what they're going to play. And if the run's left to the left, that's what they're going to play. No coach cam, just the right stick. And you got to work with the cutback and the force defenders.
So let me also show you this. So based on your adjustments, you will change the run fits. Like you'll change where guys will react. So for example, watch. This is a line crash to the left, and I want you to notice where my cutback. Notice the cutback defender. Notice his job is in that gap. Now watch what happens when I crash my line to the right. Now his responsibility is very different. So now
you're at heavy risk of the counter right
correct.
now.
When I run a crash my line to the right here, I'm in big trouble if you were to run a backside run because this guy's assignment says to go here based on the crash, and now it's going to be difficult for him to get over there. So I would say my recommendation is the best way to have really solid run defense right now is going to be to play standard, like a standard cover 3 and rely on your pass rush. Because look at the cover 3. Like the box is stacked. I have force defenders, cutbacks, all the appropriate lanes.
You have a user that's not responsible on the defensive line, so you're okay if you have to come in and clean something up. TJ Ward's going to loop wide. He's at least going to get out there and then help you make the tackle. Whereas if you blitz him, he's potentially going to cut in. And same thing, I played Mark Wildcat. He ran the counter. I would stick 2 guys over there and blitz them, but they might have been going to a different gap. I didn't ever check the run fits, and I was losing containment to the left side like you would. You'd probably lose containment pretty good here to the left side, and that's what was happening when I was playing. We've seen people run those schemes. You the other day ran stretch, or I ran stretch against you.
Yep.
You had 2 guys over there, but they'd either back away from the line of scrimmage or they would head to a gap towards the middle. And I kept pounding the rock, even though my Madden brain is looking at these guys, and I'm like, Sgibs packs 8 in the box every play, 46. I probably shouldn't run it.
Right, but
his guys aren't getting where they need to be, and I'm working.
It would have worked if I don't snap the ball. It would have worked if I didn't do all the other adjustments. So the first thing I want to show you here too is watch. So here's the backside run support. So you have a force defender, and you can see. Let me just make an adjustment there. So you have your force defender over here, right? So watch what happens if I were to blitz. Say I wanted to blitz where I'm like, I want to have extra pressure on this play. I blitz where. Well, now look at my force defender changes. My force defender is now Davis. That could actually be advantageous for your run defense because he's not on the line of scrimmage. He could get out and scrape now and play a better role. But okay, let's drop him back into the zone now. Right? Zone. Oh, look who the force defender is now. So you have to be very cognizant of the adjustments you're making. And I'm talking line shifts. I'm talking dropping guys into zone coverage. It's everything. Like T.J. Ward did everything he did there. He took out that defender. That's his job. His job is to make the run go back up inside. So that's like the big recommendation there is like notice that. Like you have to notice the adjustments you're making and how it affects your overall run defense. So now, right now we don't have auto flip on. So that's what I'm recommending now is we always play with our run auto flip on. Always play with it on. And the reason for it is that you always want to be in the best position possible based on how the game has run fits and all this stuff assigned. If you decide to go rogue, like we've been going, and you're going to do your baseline, you're always going to put yourself in a bad position.
Right.
Like you're going to put yourself in a bad position based on like numbers. So run the ball here real quick. Just, yeah.
So you're recommending auto flip back on first thing.
Yep.
Second thing, you're obviously recommending cover 3. You're recommending checking your run fits with just the right stick, both to the right and to the left.
Yep.
Really using those force and cutback defenders.
Yep.
And then usering number 4 tip would be to user a guy who's not in a run gap assignment.
That's the key. The biggest key.
So you're getting the bonus defender.
This is your bonus defender in run fits. Your biggest key in having great run defense this year, I think even outside of all these things we're saying, is going to be using a defender that's not in a run fit. Because that gives you the bonus that you're looking for. That gives you that +1 advantage, and that's what you want to do. So in this instance right here, and let's not forget, like if you just go to a pass real quick, this doesn't mean that you can't still be set up blitzes, right? So just get rid of the fullback too, put him on a route. Like I'm still gonna send him on routes. I'm gonna still be able to get pressure with you. Like that's not that like you can no longer get pressure. You just have to be a little bit smarter with what we're gonna do. Like there's pressure screaming off that edge.
Right.
Like we just have to be smarter with the way we play. So now what happens is we would be just like setup monkeys where it's like, oh, okay, baseline set up, and I'm always gonna set the play up one way. Well, now you have to come out in your play. Your defense is gonna on a flip, and then now you have to know the inverse of the setup. Right.
Right.
So that would be the next key.
That was my my main thing is if I would play somebody on the couch and I have 2 linebackers, one of them is blitzing and one of them is manned up on the halfback. I could never tell if I had auto flip left on. I could never tell what was gonna who was supposed to do it, and I could never look at my play art. So that's where I would get lost, and I was like, I'll just keep it off.
Right.
But you do lose a lot in the run game, even though you get the defenders in the right areas, and your Madden brain says I'm winning the math game. They're not necessarily the right assignment, and you want to check that. And I was making that mistake as well. I was making it on like big plays when I would sell out, like 3rd and 1 toss. I'm sniffing it.
Right.
You would make it every down because you would say, I'm going to pack this across.
Right. I was like, I'm going to have good.
But you were working harder, not smarter.
But I was working harder, and I was also taking out my force defenders. I was complete, and
you were using a guy who was.
I wish we had the Bear defense.
Go to the
let me just try 4-4. Let me try 4-4. Let's see, because I want to show you also like you have to be very cognizant of like your line shifts because your line shifts can really make things wacky. Appropriate. So let me just see the defense. Like this is pretty good. But what I would end up doing from here is I'd crashing my line out, right?
Yeah.
Crash my line out, and I would take this guy.
And you take him out of the run fit.
I'd blitz him off the edge.
Right.
That's terrible for run defense. That's not what you want to do. So now if you were to run the ball to the right edge, like it's not good. Like in that instance, like he over pursues, he's not doing his job. Like his job as a force defender, he should just hang out wide. Like so if I still throw him out there and now run the ball to the right, he should just kind of like chill, like he's like sitting. He's like, I'm not
right, and then he gets super wide and bottles everything up.
Right. Correct. So that's where that comes into play. The other thing is, well, let me see here. Here's a shift. Here's what it looks like. So if I pinch my line, you're not going to get it out of this. Sort of. But see, watch this. Look at the interior linebackers. Watch.
Right.
So that's a line crash out. Right. Look where the middle linebackers are going.
Right. Because your D tackles, while it's great for the blitz because they're going to occupy the guard and the tackle, well, your linebackers are now like, all right, you guys are going out there. Well, we got to go inside. We can't just give up the middle.
Yeah.
We can't just give up an inside. So we're going to go there.
Right.
But you'd rather have your linebackers who are much, much faster go to the edge rather than try and plug the middle unless it's 3rd and 1 or something.
So,
you know?
Right. So now watch this. Watch line crash down. Oh, they're going to go to the outside.
Much
right?
better.
Let me line shift to the right. Oh, now that guy's got to play. Oh, like it's crazy. It's crazy to think of it this way, but we have to you can still play the aggressive nature and aggressive tone you want. You just have to go a step further. It's going to take you an extra 25 minutes every time you lab a new defense, lab a new blitz, a new scheme.
Because now you got to check your
run
defenses
fits.
And you got to have your run defenses.
Which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing.
Right.
And I see a couple people in the chat, someone saying that Zan was recommending go to a cover 4. I'm just curious what a cover 4 is going to look like. Let me just go to... Let's go. So we'll go cover 4, drop, show 2. All right, so Zan's saying cover 4. This is why Zan's right. And I'll tell you why. This is like when you're playing in the wide 9. This is phenomenal. You have 9 defenders in run fits.
Right.
9 defenders. And so if you put Ward, like watch, I go to cover 3. Check this out. Cover 3. This guy's not in run fit. We're saying user him, so then he becomes the defender.
Right.
But say you're a guy that you want to use the D tackle. Well, the cover 4 is going to give you the stout D because they're all in run fit, right? And by holding the left stick, you can see that.
And they're not blitzing because if you go to your pass coverage,
no, they're not blitzing.
Boom.
Right.
That's the pass. That's the pass.
Right. So here it is, right? So in this instance, what I would probably want to do is I spread my linebackers so I get wide with one.
But not re-blitz them. Just put them there.
So now my next thing is this. I would probably use her here. See, this is where messing with your line shifts could actually be advantageous. Like, that's a big responsibility as a user because, like, if you get aggressive here and you blow that, like, that could be gone. So if I line shift, like maybe here.
Tough to get to.
Okay, I line shift down, no run fit. It's putting the onus on my D tackle. So now I say, okay, if I line shift down, I need to get a big dog D tackle. He now is responsible as a 2-gap system if I line shift down.
Never been available before.
Never been available, but when you line shift down, you now make him. It's absolutely mind blowing. It's mind boggling. Like the breadth and the depth of how you can play defensively when you start really looking at those run fits. Like something as simple as crash the line down right there. Now you're making your defensive tackle play a 2-gap system. So you want to be a team. Go out here, play all this. Look at that.
Look at Ware just do his job. Whereas you would think if you slid him out and blitzed him, he would do the same job. Because in previous Maddens, we had to create our own force defenders. We had to be the force defender with our user.
That's what we always say.
We had to be the force defender with positioning guys. But now they just have those behaviors actually built in, and they can think independently, and they can be as part of a defense kind of for the first time. So, pretty good stuff. If you're a good player, don't outsmart yourself. I think we were doing that.
So they question in chat. They said, "Well, is Sgibs cover 2 invert run defense gone?" The answer is no. Remember what we said. We got to cover 3. You call the cover 3 as a standard run defense, and why is that good? Well, that's good now because you have a deep safety that is not in run fit, and now you look at I'm in cover 3, play up in the box. I can run with this guy.
That is
confident.
The cover 2 invert.
That's the cover 2 invert, and the reason it's cover 2 invert is right there. I'm taking the deep safety away, and I'm playing an inverted cover 2, right? I want to see what this looks like, though. Hold on. If I crash my line down again. It doesn't change the responsibilities of the linebackers. It's really interesting that cover 4 gives you that value.
Great value.
So cover 4 is the D. You know what's great about that? What that means is now you come out in cover 4, you got cover 3, cover 2, you got all your defenses available to you.
Yeah.
Love it. Do you have any last tips to add to this?
I would just say, guys, so the 5 things to remember is, number 1, turn your auto flip on. Number 2 is check your run fits with the right stick, not the coach cam and the right stick, just the right stick. You can check it to the right, and it will tell you these are the guys if they run the ball right. You can check it to the left. These are the guys if you run your ball left. You want to note your force in your cutback defenders. Number 3, you want to use the guy in the deep zone or a defender who is not in a run fit, preferably, so that you don't have an assignment to get to and you can kind of just roam free. Number 4, you want to see how your line crashes kind of affect what you do. And number 5 is you don't want to get overzealous and you've got to play the way the run fits are having you play. You can't just I did it the other day. I knew a guy was going to do a toss. Mm-hmm. I took my nickel corner.
Yeah.
It was like a goal line play. I chucked him out wide and I blitzed him.
Yeah.
He got sucked inside and the guy ran it right around and I was right on stream. I was like, but I put him out there.
Right.
Reward me.
Right.
But he was probably already in a force assignment and I just took him out of it.
Correct.
And there was no
pressure's
reward.
on us now to recognize.
So now you got to really be looking before the snap. That's why playing online is crucial, especially if you're going to go to in-person things, because you can't check all this stuff in person. You got to start to figure it out like we already knew it in the past.
So this is something that's interesting to take a look at, right? So I call him out in cover 4. This is why you always have to look at your run fits. Look at this defender, Roby. His run fit is in the middle of the field. So this in cover 4, that's not something that we want, right?
Right.
So if you line shift, what I'm thinking here is like, okay, come out in cover 4. What if I just blitz him? Like, I'm not going to lose because I'm in cover 4 and have all those extra defenders where I need him to be.
Right.
Problem is now you got to get Stewart up, him to play and run support.
Master Gamer, who's very high on the leaderboard, I believe number 1 for a good chunk so far early. He says 3-3-5 wide, cover 4 flip, baseline press. That will stop the stretch. He's labbed it based off of kind of our feedback, and he's had success. So definitely look into that. But
3-3-5 cover 4.
3-3-5 wide.
All right.
Cover 4.
Come out on a stretch.
Let's see if we can find ourselves a stretch, little outside zone, as they like.
I like what Hope's recommendation. Hope that's what Hope said. It would be great if you could have it like, I want auto flip on for this formation only.
Yeah, that would be good.
So, okay, this is interesting. So yeah, so now it makes sense because Roby's not going to play on the strong side. He's not going to play in run fit.
Right.
On the back side, he can.
Right.
So you're in a cover 4. He's the cutback, so you got to be careful here. You have a force. Yeah, I could see how this would work really well.
Yeah, if I went this way, especially too, like he's gonna potentially get wide. He got blocked there.
Yeah,
but,
it's all right.
Yeah, so definitely some good stuff to check out. Yeah, you just gotta have sound run fits.
Now,
that's why I like the deuce close guys on offense so much, is because if you see them stack one side, you're so balanced. You're so quickly balanced, you can just go to the other side.
3-4 odd, cover 1 Robert. I'm just looking at this. I'm thinking of sound like football stuff. Like, so cover 1 is typically a great run support formation or defensive scheme because your safety typically plays up in the box and you're in man-to-man coverage, right? So I just want to see what it looks like. So here it is. Yeah. So the safety would be up in the box, like so. You have a 1 free defender to run with. So the problem is with this, you wouldn't have so look at you always have to check. I don't have a force defender.
Right. That's why I can I quickly flip this. Say I was in the deuce. Potentially.
But I do have a force defender if I don't run.
Yeah.
I do. So I do have a force defender if I were to drop my linebacker into coverage. So now I have a force defender. So now if you run, go. Look at the guy. Set the edge. Get the edge. Get the edge. Get the edge. Get the edge. Bang.
Right.
It's crazy.
It's tough, but those are the tips you want to do, and you will improve your run defense. Don't take yourself out of the game by overthinking it. We've been doing that, and that is how it's done. That's how you need to think. You need to now lab. We'll get into blitzes later, Gibbs, because this will affect your blitz heat on pass downs, and then if you know it's a pass down, you might be able to not really consider the run game so much. Mm-hmm. So we'll discuss how that will affect later, so make sure to follow up the channel, guys. We'll be dropping more and more tips as the show goes on. And here's some other look on the left side of what we have planned in the mailbag tonight. But a great opening question, and I know it's something a lot of people are struggling with. Hopefully that tip helps you out. Let us know. All right, next mailbag question. This one's coming in from Yanks Slugger. He wants to know, Gibbs, who's the best Mutt quarterback? Any coin amount.
Okay, my opinion on this, without a doubt, emphatic answer: Tyrod Taylor, the puzzle piece or the award. Tyrod Taylor.
I would say that my top 5 Mutt quarterbacks right now, probably award winners. Tyrod Taylor. If you like a pocket passer, I would recommend puzzle Matt Stafford or John Elway, and then I'd recommend Aaron Rodgers as kind of an all-around balanced quarterback, and as a 5th. I'd consider Cam Newton just as what he brings to the table. So those 5 guys, depending on your play style, depending on how much throw power you need. Throw power is kind of underrated, and it's pretty much capped at like 92, 93 right now, so it's tough to get.
Right.
That's why I like that Stafford.
Premium.
But the Tyrod's going to do a little more. He's a little more balanced across the board. Cam's a little stronger as a ball carrier, but a little slower. Aaron Rodgers can kind of do a mix of everything, and those are my top 5 quarterbacks right now if you have all the coins to spend. Yeah, Tyrod Taylor has a nice award winners version. It's going to cost you, but you asked.
He's nice.
You asked no coins if coins are not.
A couple people in chat are saying Tom Brady.
He could be in
What
the top
quarterbacks? So take it next level. What quarterbacks have you used?
I've used Russell Wilson.
Yep. So feedback on him.
Sold. Take him on for Cam. He overthrew too many. Just didn't really feel it with him. I'm a big fan of gold Marcus Mariota if you need a mobile quarterback and you're not trying to pass deep. If you're just trying to pass medium. He did overthrow some balls, but at an early point in the season, I think he's okay.
Mm-hmm.
I've used a couple others. The Kirk Cousins I tried for a couple games. I've subbed him in a bit, so Kirk Cousins. Some people like Alex Smith, but I just need a little more throw power. I throw that out from 5 wide, and that's a long throw. And if they break down on that cut in any way, I've thrown a couple pick sixes when I don't have the juice to get the ball out. So, and I need a little mobility with that 5 wide scheme. So,
gotcha.
Andy Dalton, I like a lot. I used his base to start the year too.
Andy Dalton base is my recommendation there is about the Andy Dalton is. You remember guys from last year, like, oh, Matt Ryan, gold.
Right.
Like, he's like the Matt Ryan gold this year. That Andy Dalton, 82 overall quarterback, is really good.
What do you got cooking up here, Gibbs?
Nothing. I was just showing some plays. I saw that you had queued up the best red zone play, and I'm just getting ready for it.
Yeah, we're going to need a couple good questions here flying in. Remember, you guys can tweet us your questions all night long. Let's go back just to the run D front for 1 second. Because I know we've given some blitzes out of the brain trust from the 4-4, but what about stopping the run with the 4-4 defense? Do we have the 4-4 split right here?
Yeah, we do.
And what do you think about it as a run defensive formation?
It's great.
And then based off the tips we gave earlier in the show,
it's great.
Which you can find on the channel,
sure.
How would you slow it down?
So I would say you have a great option of coming out in cover 3, but you also have a great option where we talked before about coming out in cover 3 match, which is actually a really cool way to play defense in this year's game. So I would say come out in cover 3 match. You recognize the defense. So take a look at your run fits first and foremost. So you can see the box is just absolutely yoked.
Using the right stick.
Yep.
Right stick to the right?
Right stick to the right and left.
Right stick to
I
the
would
left.
almost say recommending crashing your line down, or maybe just... That might be good because then it makes your linebackers play a little bit out wide, and then you fill this gap here.
Yeah.
That looks to me like a really solid run defense. So if you run the ball here, forced defender did a bad job. See that right there. The problem is he is so tight to the line of scrimmage, it can be difficult to stop the run. Right. So what I've been seeing a lot of people do and have a lot of success, they pinch their linebackers here from the 4-4. So now what ends up happening is your linebackers aren't near the line of scrimmage. They have a little more breathing room to run after the ball carrier. So snap of the ball, you go. And see how they can get wide out here? Like I'm out there giving out run support with Mike Mitchell. You had Shazier cutting out wide. So just overall, the pinch of the linebackers, I think, is as a tip. Like this is doesn't.
And then maybe like line them up with the tight end, like.
Position them a little bit, you know,
right there, boom.
Little gamesmanship, snap of the ball.
Because you're like, man, I got the edge, but they're on that forced assignment, so their entire life goal is to just get wide.
Right. You can see that he goes for the cut because his job is like, I can't let this blocker get upfield. So that's his one job and his one job only. So that's where I would recommend it with the 4-4. I think it's as simple as just pinching those linebackers. Let them be able to breathe. Give them space not to get blocked off the line of scrimmage. It's especially going to be really good against like an inside zone or inside run. It'll be really good for you.
Right.
Yep.
All right. Little 4-4 run defense right there goes along pretty nicely with the blitzes. Out of there. Keep it up in the brain trust if you guys are in there. You guys have been having some great conversations, and we'll have more flying in. I believe you'll get 3-4 blitz after tonight, so check your Twitch inbox. All right, here we go. Next question in the mailbag. This one is coming in from Matster Gamer. Like you said, you got a guy who's number 1 on the leaderboard.
Yep.
Hungry for more.
Yeah.
Still asking questions.
I like it.
He says, what's the best goal line offense in Madden 17? He's been using the Rams playbook single back bunch.
Mm-hmm. It's got a good play.
But is there something you like, if you're down in the red zone, what can people do? Because people are having trouble converting for touchdowns in the red zone.
I'm going to show you the best play to use in the red zone in Madden NFL 17 right here, right now. It's the best play. You're going to have the most success over the course of the season converting on this play. So it's actually from Gun Bunch Week. It's not in every single bunch. This, for example, is in the Broncos playbook. But if you RB sub, you want your middle receiver in the bunch to be a guy that can go up and get it. A guy that's got good height, good size, good spec, good catching traffic. So in this example, let's go ahead and use Demaryius Thomas. We'll sub him in, and then your second guy is your tight end. So this is going to be whoever is available. But what's important here, same thing as the middle bunch. Size, height, catching traffic, spectacular catch. Those are the things you want to look out for. So I always come out and flipped. You don't have to come out and flip, but I like to. I like to make the reads from left to the right, the way you read a book. It's easy for me to digest the defense that way, and that's why I call my gun bunch plays flipped. That's the only reason why. So I come out and play gun bunch trail. In my opinion, this is the single best play to use in the red zone to get the ball to your playmakers for touchdowns. So, bunch trail. Let's go up and throw it up let's throw it up like right about here. We can move it anywhere within the 10-yard line. I call the 10-yard line and in the red zone. That's the Madden red zone. That's when you start running out of space to run routes. So, when you take a look at this play, you can see that you have Fowler on a drag. It's actually a option drag. If it's man, he keeps running the drag. If it's zone, he'll stop right about where like your outside linebackers on the right part of the screen.
Okay.
He stops and sits. So that's a cool route to have. So he always runs the right route based on the zone or the defense. So we leave that route. The next thing we do is we always smart route Demaryius Thomas here. We always go coverage audible, his icon A, and then RB. That will shorten his route and shortens it overall. Then we motion him to the right part of the screen. So this is where taking advantage of high point passing and putting the ball where only your guy can get it comes into play. And it also comes into play with having tall receivers to make plays on the ball. So I first want to go to Thomas. Thomas is the first guy I look for. So I high point pass this into the end zone there. He didn't catch it, but the idea is I'm throwing the ball up to him at a point where I know only he's going to really come down.
In Ultimate Team, who do you go to? Kelvin Benjamin?
I go to Kelvin Benjamin.
Michael Floyd, Mike Evans, like you got some guys.
In Ultimate Team, I go to Kelvin Benjamin. But you can do the same thing, like right there. See, you see how he's behind everybody? Like that's a ball that if you throw a straight bullet pass, it's pick.
Yeah.
So this is, and you guys have seen me do this, and I did this at the end of last year too. This is something I used all last year as well. And then if say that's covered, like you don't want to throw it, you have another option to tight end in the back of the end zone. And see, the defense goes for like the swats.
And I would do this. So you would motion him over. I would then take Timmons, and I'd be like, not again. Because you would score maybe on your first drive with this.
Right.
I'm going to try and sit underneath, and then you might have RB right there. You throw it
high. Only where he can get it.
Yeah.
Only where he can get it. And you're going to be able, this is in a lot of the bunches. It's not in the Rams, but it is, you do have a play in the Rams, like, you don't need to use this play. I'll show you what I mean by that. Like you can find other corners posts that do the same thing.
If you run the ISO from the deuce close in the brain trust, you know that I have the tight end angle play in there. It's a similar throw, similar LB high point. It's really effective. It's not quite that same angle route, but it works the same way. I bet even the fullback trail from gun split close, which has been a past favorite of ours.
Yeah.
I think it's back a little bit this year.
It'd be good.
So you might want to try that too.
So let me just check out, I'm just going to go corner strike. So, for example, I know the Rams doesn't have that bunch trail play.
How do you high point pass?
You hold down LB.
LB or L1.
And just throw a bullet. It's not a high pass. It's not left stick up. It's just a high play
Just
pass.
LB, you don't touch the left directional stick.
Right.
Interesting.
I
think I do.
Right here, in this instance, say you have a playbook that doesn't have that play. Well, most every bunch has a play with a corner on it like this.
Yeah.
So you would, again, same thing, smart route it. This 16 isn't the guy, Fowler. You need a taller guy.
You don't want Ricky Fowler.
But it's the same post. It's the same idea. You still get him the ball where it's really difficult for the rest of the defenders to get to. And let's also keep in mind, it doesn't have to be from gun bunch, right? You got go check out your playbook. What do you got?
I always end up finding it from gun like spread because the slot is usually one of them, and then I motion that across.
Right.
So that's been working pretty well too.
So I'm just looking through here. So like brown stick, I see that Y corner, like double in, for example. I bet this will work. I don't have to motion him because he's running in the post over the middle of the field.
Right.
So green, let's smart route him. Right. He's gonna run his post there. It's a little flat, but see how he go, like, even though...
Right, you're going to get an animation.
You're going to get an animation. So with this, maybe I might let him go on that depth. And that, oh yeah, that's tender.
I was holding Y right there.
That's tender.
Yeah.
That's tender. You see, like, that's what makes it good. It's really difficult to defend. You have to have a really good user. Right there.
That's hard. I mean, that's tough, though.
Right.
It's tough.
And what this play isn't as good as the other one because the other one has the trail.
And then underneath.
Right, and you have to drag. So there's ways around it. There's ways to defend it. But overall, this is a great way to target guys in the end zone in this year's game.
Nice. All right, that's a good red zone play to get started. We'll have more coming up this season, so don't go anywhere. Let's jump back into the mailbag here. We've got more questions. You can always send us your questions on Twitter or in the chat here on Twitch. This one's from Junecab. We're going to back the ball up a little bit. He says he needs us to run him through. He asks us this every year, but he says, in Madden 17, how can you user control? Who do you user control? What do you look for? When do you look for it? Why do you look for it? And I'll give you like some ideas of what I'm trying to do when I'm looking to user control. So if I come out in a formation like the Big Dime, I know I want to use one of the linebackers across the middle, preferably if man, or if it's in zone, I don't want to be a deep zone because I don't want to give up the risk of giving up a big play downfield. Mm-hmm. Now, the question is if it's a cover 3 match, this is where Madden 17 has something that not every other game has. So say we come out 2-4-5 because they have this match. Say you're going to pass the ball, as we'll back it up here. If I'm in a match assignment, the game, if I'm not on that match defender, will turn into man-to-man coverage. Mm-hmm. That's good for me. There's times where I'll recognize the route myself and I'll turn it into man-to-man coverage.
Right.
So now that the CPU can actually be in man-to-man coverage for you, if you run a route, give me something where the tight end's going to, give me 4 verticals where the tight end's going to be the 3 and we're going to match. Potentially. I don't know if this will give it to us, but let's see if one of these guys will run. I don't think
they should. Yeah, no, the seams did, the buzzes did.
Right.
They're in a seam flat.
Right.
The buzzes will drop to the buzzes in the seam flats, they drop to play man.
Right. So you then don't want to be Mitchell if you see this seam, or if you are going to match him, you need to know your assignment isn't to get out to the corner. You need to know that you have to protect the seam.
Right.
Because that's where your zone is. So you got to actually look now at your zone defensive assignment and not take your guy out of the way. Before, your guy could only do one thing, so you were cool to take him out of the way because he couldn't really cover that much ground.
Right.
But now he has a lot of different behaviors, and you don't want to mess that up. You can't take a guy off the defensive line in Madden 17, so that's pretty big. So if you come out and match, you don't really want to take one of these 2 pass rushers away because they're probably your best hope to get to the guy. So the question is, what zone do you cover if you play cover 3 match? Gibbs, you got a favorite zone for when you play match?
What do you mean zone?
Of who you user? Because like I said,
the hook. Always use the hook.
But then, who do you go? You got to be that much better. You got to be that good because you don't want to screw it up.
What are you screwing up?
If the tight end's going to run 4 verticals and this guy is going to pick him up, then you got to.
He doesn't pick him up. The buzz zone picks it up.
If it's a different formation, though, he might.
If it's a different formation, yeah,
right?
Sure.
Depending on the alignment.
Oh, I would use it. I would use it as a free safety.
This guy,
the deep free safety, yeah, because those guys are going to do their job. Get out of there with the safety. Get out of there. They're going to go. They're going to go with them. They're going. If you're not there, they're going to be there. So that's where having good coverage safeties now actually really matters.
Yeah.
Right. Or one safety and then a linebacker. Right. So I would say more than ever, this is a year to use the deep safety.
Right.
Because you're not going to have a huge gaping hole down the middle of the field. Just play a spot drop them. Spot drop your guys. And now use it to safety. No, you got to coverage audible down, coverage audible. Let me see. Yep. All right. So and now play up in the box. Don't go. So this is what used to happen. That's what used to happen.
Right.
Because they could only do one thing. And now, because they would only spot drop.
And that is why you would want to user that guy so you could be super active.
Right.
And try and, I'm going to go right. No, I'm going to go left.
Right.
The other most important thing is, we just saw it earlier in this episode, is you got to now consider your role in the run game. So here's my run fit. I'm not in a run fit, so I'm free to kind of do as I please if he wants to run the ball. But now you can't just think, well, what if they pass? I can just be active. Well, now you got to think, what if they run? A, do I have an assignment, or B, do I not have an assignment? Because right there we just took ourselves out of the play.
It pays to user the deep safety.
Yeah.
Because deep safety now is usually not in run fits.
Right.
And if you play cover 3 match, like cover 3 match is the defense to come out in, because then if you are aggressive with the safety, you're going to have your zones appropriately play
Protect
for
you a little bit, yeah.
So that's the new rub. The new rub is to make sure you user the deep safety in a cover 3 match. Like, so take a look at this. Like, say you go ahead. Let's just go here. Like, play action, right?
Right.
Go ahead and fall for the run fake.
Okay.
Fall for the run fake. Uh-oh. Well, guess what? Now you're okay, because they're going to go.
Right.
So at least you have a defender there.
Right.
Now, let me call this the skinny post here. Now, snap of the ball. So now you have hooks. Now you have the hooks that are over the middle of the field, right? So I would say don't worry about it as much with the deep safety. Like before, you'd be afraid because I could get in trouble.
I could get toasted.
I could get toasted here. It's better now
you
to
almost
use
want to
them.
bait them into toasting you.
Right.
And then, so then it still comes back to formation recognition, right? So what plays can Gibbs run from this? Well, he can run stretch. He can run the skinny post. If he's in gun bunch, what is he going to target? Probably the corner. If he's in 5 wide, what is he likely to target? When is he going to go to halfback screen? Like, those are all things as a user, once you get the basics down of you get into a game situation of, okay, it's 3rd and 12. What might he do here?
Right.
Oh, he might go halfback screen. I got to at least be ready for that.
Right.
User control still kind of how it was. The one thing I'd like to figure out is a way to get more swatty if you're going to throw over my defender's head.
Yep.
So let me throw to Sanders.
Okay.
Like, I'm going to try to go over my head.
Pressure.
Defense screaming.
Pressure is too good.
Screaming.
All right.
Let's try one more time.
What are you doing?
I want to, yeah. So, like, Shazier did that on his own.
Yeah.
But if you go to press X
Yep.
and the ball goes over your head, you're not going to get a 2-man interaction to swat the ball loose, because you think swat, right? Hold X to swat.
Right.
But not Madden 06 swat, where you jump up and get range.
Right.
It's, you got to get into a 2-man interaction, so you got to be that close. So I want a way, I don't know whether it's going to be RB. See how there I played a bigger animation? Like,
right.
I want to, because I've had the ball go right over my head, and I'm like, man, if I could have I think I could have got there in years past.
Right.
So yeah, just be careful on going for the swat you got, because you got to be within range of the defender. That's like the only real thing that's any different, but still strafe, still left stick, still super active at the start, still like, watch this, ready? Okay, he's going to the flat. Okay, it's this. Like, and I know it's that, A, because you ran it, but B, because it wasn't corner posts.
Yep.
It wasn't, because if that guy goes on a flat, it's either the C route or skinny post if it's this formation, or slants.
Right.
If that guy goes on a streak, well, then it might start out like a streak, but it might end up being smash. It might, because he might be on a corner. Like, so if either of these tight ends starts running straight for the first 5 yards, probably a corner route, especially if it's like PA, right? So like, okay, he's going, ooh, is it a streak? Okay, no, it's this. Okay, I'm good. And then I X that right there, and, and you try and knock it loose. So those are some things to look at when you're trying to user control. Got to consider that run game now.
I like it.
Next mailbag question. This one is from I See Through You. He wants to know how to stop drag routes in man coverage, and then we'll show him in zone 2. So if your opponent's going to run drags on you,
depends. Are they dragons? Are they drags? Or are they dragons?
Who knows? I don't know. This was just like a desperate cry for help. I think everyone gets beat by drags every year because drags are a highly convertible route, and you got to let people complete some drags against you. It's not a big deal. I get it's frustrating on 3rd and 2 when you get hit by a drag and you know it's coming, but you can't let a drag put you in a fit.
You can't let a drag you down.
Yeah. So if you, in man coverage, want to stop a drag, so we'll call here, we'll see what happens. So look at Norwood. So he does not get pressed there. He goes there.
Call press, though, I think.
Boom.
I think that'll...
Yeah. So the first thing you can do is actually call press in man coverage, and we'll see if we can get a press on Norwood. He might be where he's lined up, or it might be we need to press. So we called it, and let's drag him, and we'll see if he gets free. There he gets pressed. He won on the press, but it did force a bad throw because he hung with him a little bit better.
Yeah, but I would say that is how you stop a drag.
Right.
Like, that's good enough.
Because what's good about a drag, Gibbs?
It always got free release.
Right.
And it would get separation, but like there's not a ton of separation. Like
that's a pick waiting to happen.
Correct.
Right.
I would say you throw that. Throw that 10 times.
All right, we gotta hit this tip back.
What?
We gotta run this tip back.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Gibbs, how do you stop drag routes in man-to-man coverage? So, we've labbed this play. We had the overlay up on the screen. We're going to run it back. Good news for you. Now, if I just come out in man-to-man coverage and I don't press, Norwood here on the drag will not get pressed, potentially. I think I had already queued it up.
Yep.
But you'll see that you can actually press them in Madden 17. You can never press drags before.
Right.
Let's move him off. He is not called. So there, boom, he gets a free release. It's going to be more consistent for him. That's what makes drags so good. That was what makes drags want to happen all the time. Now here, we go underneath, we press, he gets in better position. That time, of course, he does not press. And everything is just coming undone. It's crazy, right?
Just call press.
I think he's defaulted into press, but I called it.
There you go. He'll press this time.
There we go. He presses him, trails, try and X that, boom, it's 1 yard. Now, if you really want to stop a drag and it's 3rd and 2, what you can do is go to cover 2, sync or regular, hopefully just regular. Shade your coverage underneath. And then the other thing you can do potentially is just drop one spy and see if he gets in the middle to take it away. And then, boom, you got a hit, and they hopefully drop the ball. So you don't really want to call man against drags. You're better if your opponent is going with drags this year.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't adapted quite yet because they'll start to get slowed down a little bit. They're still going to be good. They're always going to be good. Just don't let a 2-yard drag turn into a 10-yard drag.
Right.
Is the most important thing.
Yep.
And you'll pick one every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
Get a press in on them. Throw off the timing. Force them to use other routes that are even better than drags, like those routes on the right side of the screen.
I would say that
those are the ones that
I
are
would say that
dangerous.
drags are better. Let's put it this way. Let's do it this way. So in an empty set or spread set, never, in my opinion, worry about the drags.
Right.
The only time you really have to worry about drags are to guys like tight ends or in a tight set because they will get that free release and they will beat you off.
Right, because you can't press a tight end.
So those are the guys you have to worry about in man. I would say, like, don't worry about other guys. Like, even if people can use motion and do things, but
right.
What I would say, if you're in man, I would then just drop wherever you think the drag is going, drop a defender into a flat on that side.
Right.
So you drop into a flat, and now let me just go ahead.
I'll track him, and then I'll let him go. So watch, I'll track this guy real quick, so Gibbs one quick throw, and then I'll go here, and then by the time that throw happens, there's a defender in the area.
Correct.
So that's pretty much how you do it.
Right.
Like we said, so drag, because tight end, they will not be pressed. He's going to run over there.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to let him go, and then we're going to cover the middle. So at the snap of the ball, I might take it away. Okay, and then I'm going to let him go, and then I'm going to get back over here, and then that's going to happen, and
right.
We're good. So those are some things you can do to stop drags in Madden 17 if you don't want to play zone and shade underneath. All right, let's go to the next question in the mailbag right here. I think that's everything. We've got 2 more to go. This one's from Fox.
Yep.
He says, should I blitz or not blitz every down? Gibbs.
Yep.
I think yesterday you would have said, bring it every down, man. Blitz. Blitz, man. Get those setups in. Stack that defense. Bring that pressure one more time. Bring that treasure on the D-line. Like, because back from your cheerleading days in high school, you would have been like, yeah, man, I bring the gas, man. I'm the gas man. I bring the sauce, I bring the fire, I mix it up fire flames, I'm going to go a little bold flavors, every snap. Gibbs, you really blitz every snap? Every snap, man, I'm telling you, I bring the noise. I got heat from the 4-4, I got screamers, I got setups left, I got setups right, I got setups both ways. I'm crazy like that, dude. I'm crazy. But
you good?
It's different now. So you might not be saying that. Are you changing your mind on blitzing every down?
I think on every pass down, yes. If every time, the idea is this: every time your opponent's going to pass, yes. Well, you don't know when they're going to pass and run, so you have to then decipher. So you have to dial it back a little bit. I still think you want to be aggressive.
B.
Just
Aggressive.
listen. This
B.
is the first show that we're introducing the auto flip thing on. You don't think that I'm gonna now go spend my time and find ways to? Okay, this is where I have a free defender. Here's my free defender. Okay, I know he's not in run fit. Okay, I can blitz him and get in it beneficial for me. Oh, I still have forced defenders. So like for example, let's take a look at this. This is what I'm recognizing right here. Like this could be a real way we start playing, right? I could take him. I know he's not in run fit, right? I know he's not in run fit, but what if I used him to blitz and then I use this guy here? So now, snap the ball, you go and then I didn't get in. I have to lab it.
Right.
But the idea is, okay, now we recognize how the system's working. Now how do we make sure to maximize our results? And that's where the next step is going to go. That's where we're going to go with all this. How do I maximize those things? And that's what I'm going to try and find. And that's what we're going to give you here on shows like This Week in Madden. But I would still say you want to blitz on an every down basis when your opponent is passing. And I don't even think it's too terrible. Like if I saw your running back is over here, most likely your run would go to the left. So what I would then say is, well, it's okay. I'm okay with not having a forced defender on the weak side.
Who's going to run a halfback counter from shotgun?
I'm okay not having him there. He's still blitzing, but I'm okay with no forced defender over there. I'm okay with that. Right. So I think that's going to be the way I now play is where is the halfback? Where's the strong side run? Mm-hmm. And then always blitz off the backside. That could now be the new meta. And that's what, and you know what? That's what we tried to do a lot. That's what when we would freeze the defense and blitz off the left edge. Typically, the left edge is usually the weak side.
Right.
Typically, I form normal. The weak side is the left edge because the tight end's not on that side. So, but some things are changing, and you adapt, and we figure it out.
What coverage are you in?
That's cover 3 match, my man.
So I got basically just probably the best play ever from it.
Why?
Because I got it. Rack City TD.
That's pretty good.
It's kind of nice.
That's a great combo. That right there is a great. Let me go ahead. That's killer.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a great cover 3. That's just a tip in itself.
Yeah.
But if I were to spot drop, right?
Then that deep safety would play.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You would be in trouble, right? Yeah.
I'd just be a 1-on-1. Although he's running pretty deep.
Well, I didn't.
Guy occupies.
Let me just. What if I went to a standard cover 3 now? What if I go to cover 3 Mabel? All right, this is standard cover 3. Go ahead. I wonder if. No, see ya. So you'd have to play cover 3, but yeah.
Yeah.
If you get cover 3 match, that's a nice route combo. The wheel and the post.
The whale.
Wow.
Just nail the whale.
Boom.
Boom. Kapow. All right, here we go. You got that. I do think it is beneficial to blitz, and one of the reasons I think that is on pass downs because you can really take away the flat this year if you want. So early, you set them up. Early, set them up. Yeah, have the flat, bro. Have the flat, bro. Have the flat, bro. It's like
have a flatbread. Have a flatbread.
It's like you're at Subway breakfast sandwich. Have a flatbread. Have a flatbread. Have a flatbread.
Yeah.
Kapow, hard flat, pick city. So you can do that there. Good question from GS0614. You are in zone, but they are playing man. Why?
You are in zone because you're in what's called cover 3 match.
Brand new.
So cover 3 match is new. It's in one of the new zones in the game. So cover 3 match is telling your zone. It's just actually what the Seahawks, the way their zone principles plays. If you're in a balanced formation, not like a trips alignment, what they then do is they'll say, well, we can defend these guys mano a mano, one-on-one, if they run specific routes. So in this instance, you can see it's a balanced formation. So those seam defenders, these buzz defenders, they're going to go ahead and play man-to-man coverage on those slot guys. And it's great to see. It's cool to see.
It's a little more complex.
A little more complex.
We've got a longer video on it last week, so check it out, and we'll be having more. But you'll see here if I drag, he won't follow him across the formation. It's zone. So it is based on reading the patterns, and they match it, and then, boom, you get good stuff.
Good stuff.
All right, here we go. Last mailbag question of the night right now. Let's fly this one in from Rocky Top. He wants to know for his ultimate team lineup, if he gets golds at all positions, which elites should he save for and start to plan?
I'm loving the Jared Cook right now. Jared Cook tight end. I mean, especially in the red zone, he's 6'6".
Right.
He's really good for that bunch trail play.
To me, the question is this: like, if you have all golds,
yeah,
you should have the best golds. Like, you should have some really good golds. So, like, Tom Bahali's an elite.
right.
He's really good for an elite who's cheap. But I'm not sure if this guy's question is saying, I got all gold, so I'm like solid every position.
Yeah.
Where do I spend big?
I would say
elite?
go get an Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
I would say
quarterback.
that's gonna be the biggest upgrade, or
Right.
like get an AP running back. Like that's gonna be the biggest difference.
Right.
Couple guys I think of. AP running back, Aaron Rodgers quarterback,
Yeah.
and Patrick Peterson the cornerback.
Right.
Like those three guys.
They're like your elite elites.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to just, okay, I got Darius Slay now. Who I love Darius Slay. Huge
Can't
fan.
Can't press.
Right.
It's tough. Yeah.
But he's not Pat Pete, potentially.
Right.
So, yeah. In a lot of the golds, like, you can get a Kelvin Benjamin.
Mm-hmm.
Does going up to a Kamir Aiken get you that much more than the Kelvin Benjamin? No, if you already have the gold Kelvin Benjamin,
No.
you're using him for the exact role. Until you get to, like, Julio Jones, it's not really an upgrade.
Right.
So, and that's costly. So that's my answer to your question a little bit right there.
Right.
Little time for a Ram scheme.
Yeah. A good little Ram scheme.
Is this the we got to switch back or?
We do got to switch back.
All right,
Yeah.
let's swap back, guys. We're gonna hook you up
I
with a
form. It's
little
gonna be I form normal.
I-form normal Rams scheme.
Flip sides.
If you guys are interested.
Yeah.
If you guys are interested.
Thanks for coming and hanging out.
Yeah.
So what I'll do too, I think it's a really cool thing. I just thought up to use it the other day. So what I'll do is I'll post in the Twitch, the post underneath the chat where it says like post and info. I'll post the setups to all these plays so you guys can all have it. And that way you guys can lab it when you get a shot. So just be on the lookout sometime after the show for the setups for everything we're talking about here.
Okay.
Directly under the chat. So, switch. Oh, no, I have it, right? Okay.
Yep. So we are in the Rams offensive playbook right now.
Yep.
Great playbook. They have gun bunch. They have gun snugs. I did a breakdown on my YouTube channel of like some of their best formations. Some of the single back stuff is pretty good. Single back ace. I love it with the stretch. But they've also got a really tough I-form. And if your opponent hasn't figured out that run defense yet, you're going to be able to run multiple ways and kind of throw them off.
I can't wait for people to start playing and like have run defense now.
Yeah, it's going to make life much easier.
All right, so there's there's a lot of plays you can come out in, but let's say we'll show you the first play, because we want to establish the run. So I'll come out in halfback counter weak. That's the play we would say we want to come out in. And this is just about reading the defense. You want to count off the left edge how many defenders does the opponent have. He's got one defensive tackle, one linebacker, and then one edge defender. And then he's got a deep safety in a corner, but they're not in the box, so they don't really count.
Right.
Like if you bring the safety up, then that would count. So now I say, okay, well, if I have one guard pulling, a fullback kicking, a center to peel, and then two extra, so I have 5 linemen that are playing towards that part of the field.
Right.
I would say 4 because the center is going to primarily play in the middle of the field the whole time. So you'll have 4 offensive blockers that will go to that area of the field. That means that you're going to have a hat and a hat. So that's a good matchup for you. So I would say, okay, run the counter weak. Run the counter weak. You need some guys to make some plays, some blocks, not get block shed, and then run. That's the base rule. Then off of that, you run audible downs inside zone. So you do the same thing. You read, okay, where do I have running lanes? Do I have balance on the left side?
Right. Say you hit me with the counter, and then I'm like, all right, enough of that. I'm
Right.
going to spread my team out.
Right.
You would then have more success with the inside zone, potentially.
Correct. So that's where you get in the running game to work that. This formation has a stretch, it has an ISO, it has a toss. I mean, it has every run that you want, so you'll be able to run the ball effectively. So you could come out and toss in an appropriate time instead of a counter. Come out in an ISO in an appropriate time. It's got a fullback dive. It's got a fullback fake dive. Like, it's got everything, right? So you can run the ball as much as you want. So I think, for the most part, people understand how to run the ball.
Yeah.
3-headed rushing attack mindset. But the play I want to show you guys to come out in, which I love, I think it's a great passing play, is the PA wide receiver in. This is the play I like to come out in. Let's take a look at some of the other plays though real quick. But the PA wide receiver in is the play.
Yeah, I mean, you have the angle route in Texas with a post across the middle and a stock out.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
So here's the play. PA wide receiver in. This is the play I like to come out in. what I do now is I immediately go to a max protect because I want to get extra protection in the pocket because I'm really only looking to one guy on this play. So then I actually end up blocking the fullback too, and I get maximum results there because if I were to come out of the play and if I were to block Green and then I have to wait to then block Nix, so that's 2 hot routes technically. So if you come out and just go max protection LB and the right stick up, it'll block the tight end, and then you can quickly block Nix and then just get into your play. So that's just a little housekeeping note. You can, for another underneath option, like that route to Bryant is a great underneath option. You could drag him, you could in him, you could slant him. Those are your options. It's just going to require another hot route. But the route we want to go to is Antonio Brown. This is the Z-spot route, right? It doesn't look like Z-spot, but it's the Z-spot route.
Yeah.
So you run the ball, you establish the run from this set, and it's a down inside pass lead, click on, and you go up with your big receiver. So this takes the top off the defense. When you are running the ball really effectively, this route right here is going to absolutely terrorize your opponent. It's going to make them just want to hate their life because they're going to play super aggressive up in the box. You get the ball out, and you're going to be able to get that Z-spot route on a consistent basis. So let me show you it again. Here it is. Snap of the ball. Here we go. The box is loaded. He cuts inside. We go with a Y catch.
Little overthrow from Ben there.
First thing I'd like to point out, Antonio Brown's not the guy because he doesn't have height. You need a guy that has height. That's why I always recommend Kelvin Benjamin in a spot like this. So show you again. Antonio Brown, box is loaded. He cuts. We hold down Y. He does make spectacular catches though. So you can see how effective that can be. Now, off of that, we also have our play action play, which is PA scissors. Well, this is what's great about this is I can throw a corner route to my tight end. So if you start getting aggressive and start blitzing guys off the edge and doing all your crazy antics, then what ends up happening, or if you play hard flat, the corner is going to open up. Or if you play man, the corner opens up. So then you have to worry about, okay, I have to cover the tight end corner. What's great about that then becomes, well, now you play man again. Now you're playing man. Well, now you run the corner. Well, now I run Texas, quick audible right, and he breaks to the middle now.
Right.
Well, what the heck? How do you cover all these options? It's really difficult to defend the tight end.
Texas quick audible?
Quick audible.
Fancy.
So it's a quick audible, and the green route is the post in the red zone.
Yeah.
And you have another post in the red zone to your fullback if you were to put a tight end there, right? But this fullback route's really tough for short yards. It gets in a nice tender spot, and it's really a nice route to throw to when you need it most. So those are the kind of the passing plays that I would recommend. You have other, you have quick slants that can be effective, but you really want to work that. Like in this instance, like the flat's there for me. Like just throw the flat, and take your big game. Like there's nothing wrong with that.
Especially Ultimate Team, you have a guy there who's a good player.
Right.
We play online, play with the Cowboys. You stick Alfred Morris there, like you're going to be in business. And those I-form scheme guys are super tough because, like you said, they force your opponent to know how to stop the run. You know how to read the defense. Make your move run to the left. Make your move run to the right. Some good ability to drag the defense down.
Rams playbook, JQ.
Rams playbook. They have some other great shotgun sets that we'll get into further in the season. But that would be kind of your run-first set. Do you have like an all-out passing set? Obviously, you don't have to go fully into the gun bunch, but like, is there...
Yeah, gun bunch and gun tight.
Yeah.
Those are all passing.
You go tight to go fully out there.
Yep.
And then anything in that split ram, or do you bypass that formation?
I like this play right here. I like... wide receiver.
They have some really unique routes.
Yeah, I like wide receiver goes. So I'll show you real quick. Come on, whatever. So wide receivers go is good because you have double dragons, which is nice. So you got dub drags, and they run opposite of each other, which is just a pain in the neck.
Right.
So it's a good play. You don't have many other routes on that formation. Like I just got goes.
Right.
But if someone's just playing a ton of man against you, like you can feel good, like I'll just come out on this and
be in business.
Tear you up.
All right. So you can mix those two up. Plus you get good blocking and some nice stuff from the Rams playbook. Very popular right now. I'd say it's not as popular as the Chiefs. It's not as popular as maybe the Browns, but it's definitely probably top 3 to top 5 behind potentially the Eagles playbook's somewhat popular. Saints seems to always be popular no matter what. Mm-hmm. But yeah, definitely check it out.
Saints is tough. I'll tell you why. Saints got gun tight, and it's got the gun empty in the Browns with the dragon routes.
Yeah, they got that play.
Browns is tough. Browns got a good book.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Got good gun bunch.
Yeah.
Audibles aren't great, but...
If you were going to play a game tonight, would you use KC or would you use the Rams?
I'll use the Rams tonight.
Use the Rams?
Yeah.
All right. It's that time for the game of the week, guys. Any other questions in the chat or on Twitter? I'm going to check my Twitter right now. I know I had one waiting from somebody who had kind of a interesting question. James Kohler wants to know, is there any way to designate the force and cutback defenders for run plays? Not necessarily, just kind of by paying attention, getting guys wide, calling certain defenses, you can determine, but you can't tag them before. But that would be something in the future. But if you could tag in your formation, force.
Based off of the adjustments you make, it can change it. So yes, you can't tag them, but I would say recognize that like based on my line shifts, my line crashes, and dropping defenders into zones or blitzing defenders,
right,
you're gonna change who those guys are. So if you recognize a pattern, you could say, okay, well if I pinch my line, crash it out, blitz my linebacker, drop this guy into a zone, and I'm gonna get my safety to be my fourth guy. Well then, in theory, you could end up getting the tag results you want. It's not necessarily exactly what you're looking for, but it's a way to get potentially what you're looking for. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's jump into game. We just got some sub hype from XDunn615. Thank you very much for the sub hype. Bring it in, and let's get some choo-choo trains. All right.
Boom.
Do you want to play with the Eagles playbook?
Me? I don't play with Eagles. Why would I play with the Eagles?
Chat request it.
I'm not playing with the Eagles. I'm not playing with the Eagles playbook.
You play with the Rams?
Yeah. Am I playing with my team too?
Are you playing play now, or are you playing Mutt?
I'm playing Mutt. Or am I playing you?
You can play Mutt.
Could I play you?
I mean, obviously you want to try and get another victory on me because you were unable to last week. I understand that. Like, that makes sense.
Is that
and
true?
Now you think you know how to stop the run and blah, 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 blah. But
I'll play you.
it's fine.
Do you want to play? Is that what you want?
I'm good.
So you're afraid to play?
No, I didn't say that. Does the champ have to bring the belt to every Monday Night Raw, or does he wait for a pay-per-view? Like, I'd say it wasn't WrestleMania. It was probably SummerSlam last week.
Yeah.
You cashed in your.
I'll play you, or I'll play Mutt. I don't care.
You cashed in your Anytime Anywhere match to get 2 games in a row.
Should I go to my thing? Should I go to my log into my account? Rematch Farrells? I'll rematch Farrells. Give him first Farrells, press 1. Well, you know what's going to happen, right?
I'll play. Sure.
All right, here you go.
Yeah, sure.
Take the paddle. Sure.
Okay.
Give the people what they want, right? I don't know.
I'll probably be home team because I won last week.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
And you can just pick any playbook you want, right?
Any playbook you want. But
it's your rules because you won.
No, it's random death teams. It's what we always do.
Gibbs, is it defaults count anywhere? Is it an equip match? Hardcore match?
What?
Can I bring a steel chair?
It's the standard way we always play. So I'll go first.
It's called Money in the Bank, Gibbs.
Farrells. I'm going to go random death, okay?
All right.
Giants. Jets. The 2 New York teams. God.
Jaguars, Eagles. Jaguars, Eagles.
Chargers.
Jaguars are kind of good. But give me death. I'll try them. Never heard of them, but I'll try them.
I'm surprised. Jaguars are good. Jalen Ramsey.
Jaguars are pretty good. I think the Steelers are somewhat better. It's under LA. Rams? Wait. What?
Yeah, I might switch it up.
You button hooked me?
Huh?
You button hooked me?
Maybe. Yeah.
Since the launch of Madden 17, Sgibs currently 0-2 against the Farrells. Since any available builds have been available to play Madden 17, Z Farrells 5-4 against Sgibs. While playing on disc only, Sgibs. 4-2 against Farrells. So I have it 3 ways. I won the only 2 that really matter last week. This one's just kind of fun. He's got me tired, but
Tired?
yeah, I'm tired.
I'm not tired.
Yeah, you brought your own pillow on an aircraft.
I didn't bring
You
my own
slept
pillow.
like a baby. You
Yeah.
snored. The flight attendant had to shake you.
That's not true.
Other passengers complained.
No, they didn't.
You were asleep. How would you know?
You just make things up.
They're like, do you know this person? I was like, never seen that guy in my life.
I don't bring my own pillow. I bring a plain pillow. It's not like a full pillow.
And he brings warm milk,
I don't bring warm milk.
fresh yogurt, and a neck pillow to the airport.
Yeah, neck pillow's boss move.
But that's why I'm more tired than you, and that's why you just cashed in another Money in the Bank. Apparently you have endless Money in the Bank tickets that you never earned.
What is Money in the Bank?
It means you can just challenge me to a match. Hey, Farrells, I know you knocked me out of the park twice last night, but
We didn't play last night.
last week...
Look at Uncle Momo knows Farrell's propaganda. You do have propaganda. Can I run off my... just so you guys know, I've been doing a fantasy draft since this thing started at 8 o'clock. Can I
You're not a man of the people.
I'm not?
No.
Let me rattle off my team.
Sure, go for it.
Aaron Rodgers.
Never heard of him.
Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Freeman, Latavius Murray, AJ Green, John Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyler Eifert, Gostkowski, Cardinals D, Gio Bernard.
6-man league. This guy.
It's not a 6-man league.
It's a fantasy joke. It's a fantasy football joke. Sorry.
See, it's me saying B's knows. He knows.
For any of you guys that hit with the sub hype, email me. We'll get you in there to the Brain Trust group. You guys can start chatting it up with each other. Pop up one more time here on the left.
Start chatting in the chat.
We'll show action tonight of what we ran through. Remember, we taught you guys some of the reasons you may be struggling with the run game, especially if you've had good run defense in the past. If you're a Madden veteran, you may be harming yourself, doing yourself more harm than good, and we want to make sure that that's not happening. So shout out to S Field for the sub hype. You guys want to throw the email in the chat, and we'll get you guys set up after the show. Re-up with the sub hype. Re-up 716, 12 straight months.
Boom.
What a beast. Did you turn your run flips on?
Did I?
Did you? I didn't see. You have
Don't
to
know.
tell me. Otherwise, it's entrapment.
I cannot give you that information. Danny Woodhead?
Did he? Gibbs gonna just, I guess, look at his roster because he doesn't know all the teams because he's used to only playing with the best teams.
It's not true. I'm not sure at all. Ba-ba-da-ba.
Somewhat true.
Travis Benjamin, James Jones. James Jones got cut. God, they don't have a big guy. Who's their tight end? Oh, Big Gates?
Never heard of him.
Cumberland Farms? Where I'm reunited with Cumberland Farms? Feels good. Oh wow. They're kind of yoked. Wow.
Yeah, I guess we'll maybe get to see someday.
Sorry, I gotta check out my kicker's kick power, bro. You gotta check out your kicker's kick power. Jaguars.
It's the Jeopardy music
I'll tell you what.
because Gibbs is in jeopardy of going 0-3 against
Of what?
Charles.
0-3. I'm 4-2.
No, on Twit. On the only game that matters. When you don't just cash in the title belt, like whenever you want, basically. Tell the chat a story.
I don't need to tell the chat a story about you.
No, not about me. Just tell the chat a story. Be a man of the people. Be a storyteller.
So
Tell them about how you drooled on the plane.
I didn't drool.
Brought your own pillow.
I didn't drool on the plane.
Like a
first of all.
child. You rested. You got great slumber.
Who
I'm
doesn't
sitting
sleep?
coach. I'm sitting coach.
I was sitting coach too.
You had more leg room, even though I have longer legs than you by well over 2 inches.
Oh my God, Farles.
And now I'm tired. But I'm gonna put a show on for the fans.
Why wouldn't you sleep? Why wouldn't you sleep?
I got long legs. I don't have a neck pillow that I bring because I'm an adult. I don't want to be judged by other passengers.
That's exactly your problem. You're worried about being judged.
Sorry.
You need
life.
you need to be an adult and say I'm going to bring my neck pillow.
You don't know that.
I do know that. You just told me I needed to be an adult, and that you're afraid of being judged. That sounds like you're
like a small child. I had to hold your hand on the plane
You didn't hold my hand.
when we walked
I always
on the
have
runway.
to. I always. You know what the worst thing about traveling
When
with
we
this
walked
guy
on
is?
the runway.
I have to watch this guy's stuff when he goes with his baby bladder and he goes to the bathroom 35 times. And here's what always happens.
Twice?
Always happens. He leaves.
Hasn't happened in some time. Hasn't happened in some
He
time.
leaves. Hey, I'm gonna go one more time just before we get on the plane. He
Smart.
leaves. And,
Smart.
And
You
then,
don't know. You don't know. You don't know.
And then
What if we're on the tarmac for 2 hours? You don't know. This guy, you don't know.
this is what's happened, right? Then they go, oh, Group 1, ready to board.
Why are you in Group 1? Why are you in Group 1? Because you don't ride coach like the Z-Man.
Group 1.
Why are you Group 1?
Okay, Mr. Mosaic.
Why are you
Okay,
Group 1?
Mosaic member.
Yeah, I'm it's like Mart Rewards for airplanes, and I'm a legendary status member.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Unbelievable. So, and then I can't go on the plane because I have to watch this guy's stuff because otherwise then I'm a bad person. So I don't get the board. Then I have to check my bag, and then I lose my stuff.
You have to check your bag. Why? Because you bring a duffel bag, once again, like a 8-year-old.
I don't bring a duffel bag.
You bring a duffel bag.
It's a rolling bag that is a duffel. It's a rolling duffel bag. It's not a duffel bag. Difference.
What's the difference?
You do have a baby bladder, and I mean that with the most respect.
You know, you gotta go, you gotta go.
You have like a little child bladder. It's not. It's bad.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Sort of.
No, I mean, that's science, pretty much.
Not really science, man.
You're not gonna like this?
You can't pause it.
You're not gonna like
Call
this?
call timeout.
You're not gonna like this?
Call timeout. What?
Game got messed up, man.
No, it didn't.
No, it did.
No, it didn't.
Tough break.
Call a timeout.
As the champion,
Call a
I reserve that right.
Call a timeout.
Nope.
Call
As
a
the
timeout.
champion, I reserve that right.
No, you don't. Get rid of that
Okay.
overlay. Call a timeout.
Nope.
You know the rules.
Nope.
Yes.
I'm the champ.
It doesn't. No, that doesn't mean anything. You know the rules. You know the rules. Call a timeout.
I don't know the rules.
Yes, you do. Call a timeout.
This is my house. House rules. I don't see any house rules anywhere. Go.
I can't stand you. You're seriously the worst. Don't touch my leg.
You're on my side of the desk.
Do you see how much desk I have? You're
Bring your
taking
own desk.
You're taking up 3/4 of the desk.
Right, it's my desk. Bring your own desk. Try that.
Time running out here on the play clock. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell.
Thank you. Bring it back. Bring it back.
Probably a face mask.
Bring it back.
Because look at Ben, he's like
Bring
swagging.
it back. Bring it back. Come on. Bring it back. Yeah. Of course. Legal blocking them. That's the guy you just subbed in. Cheater. You're a
This guy
cheater.
just subbed out.
You're a cheater.
It's actually how it worked, but
You are a cheater. Yes, you are.
he doesn't even bring his own controller or his own desk. But yet, I'm the bad guy.
Boop, boop. Bring your own desk. Bring your own
And
desk.
don't complain. You complain all the time.
I complain about you because you make life so difficult.
You make your own life difficult.
No, you
Bring
make
a pillow
life-
to the airport.
And I'm the one that's rested. You're the one that's complaining that you're tired.
No, I'm just saying you're trying to take advantage of my situation. Of not garnering a lot of rest. You're trying to use it to your advantage.
Okay, Farls.
But I would too if I was on to. You know, I would do whatever it takes. Thankfully, I don't need to.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be blocked
You know what I mean?
just shy of the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. Roethlisberger.
Woo! Did he yick it? Did he yick it? I put my gives down, flipping and reversed it. Skirt, burr, burr, burr. Skirt, burr, burr, burr. Skirt, burr, burr, burr. There's a new wrinkle, Farls, or what? Good play.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know what I do.
No, I know exactly what you do.
Overthrow there from Big Ben, I think. Gun tight off, send tight end.
What?
It's a formation that you're calling.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So?
Just telling the viewers.
So?
Black Ram, we got a game going on here. Run play. So predictable. Insanely predictable. No singing. No singing.
I can sing as much as I would
No.
like.
No, don't do that.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like I'm Doug. It's like Doug. Remember Doug?
Yeah, you're Doug. I call you Doug, not funny.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Two guys. Two guys. Maybe one of them could have picked it, and the other one could have slapped the other guy a high five.
Da-da-da-da-da-da. It's tough. Tough. You should have picked your better play. It's tough, man.
Yeah. House rules. No singing. 3 people in a row.
When I make a big play, sure. Sure.
Sack launch, baby.
Cool.
So, if you guys missed the opening drive, I had a monster ground rush. Called back for holding.
You helped.
It was so good that I still got a first down. Gibbs apparently going to spike the ball here. Bold strategy. We'll see if it pays off. Could be a fake spike. We don't know. He's up for anything. He's trying to catch me off guard with his tricks.
Yeah?
Maybe he's going to take a timeout. Maybe I'm going to harass you. Why don't you take a timeout?
Nope.
Why don't you take a timeout?
Nope.
I'm going to let the play clock go down. Then I'm going to punt because it's 4th and 19, and I can stop you whenever I want.
Who said that?
That's what you are thinking in your mind.
That's not true.
That's what you're thinking.
That's not true.
I'll decline it because I'm a nice guy.
You aren't going to decline it.
Of course I'm not, because I just picked the wrong play and you said, life's tough. Life's
Yeah.
tough. You sound like my dad.
I don't sound like
Life's
your dad.
tough.
I don't sound like
Life's
your dad.
tough.
I don't sound like your dad.
Life's tough. Dad, can I have $8 to go to the mall and get Chinese food? No, life's tough. What? Come on.
Sounds like you need to have a talk with your dad about some
Life's tough.
issues. Why don't you pick goal line one more time?
Life's tough.
Angry Beavers? Remember that show?
Nice punt.
It was a great one, actually.
Don't do that.
Why? Because I'm in your head?
It's my personal space.
It's not your personal space.
That's my personal space.
No, it's not.
How is that not my personal space? Oh my
you.
goodness!
Thank you. Yeah,
you
bring
just
it
keep
back.
getting bailed out.
Bring it back.
You just keep getting
Bring
bailed
it
out.
back. Bring it back.
The chat's gonna like that spin.
Bring it back.
Chat's gonna like that spin.
Bring it back. Bring it back. Stop holding. You did this last game too. Stop holding.
Another.
Stop holding. Stop holding. That's on you.
Chat's gonna like that spin though. That's for the chat.
It's on you.
How much more can one man endure in a first quarter? It's devastating.
Ball's out. Pick it up. You are. Oh, wow.
I'm lucky. I'm lucky.
Oh, yeah?
How?
You just picked it up with Big Ben after I rocked you.
Like a-
rocked you. And Big Ben fell on it.
How's that my fault?
Wow.
How is that my fault?
Bailed. Falls bailout.
A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second.
Really?
Yeah, really.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here.
Suspect at best. Wow. So suspect.
Take that one back for holding.
Wow. That's.
I'm not gonna say nothing about a fumble where I got bailed. What? Are you guys? What?
Yeah.
Chat's against me. Classic. It's fine. It's cool. I got no problem with that.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
They don't recognize real.
Real recognizes real.
Chat recognize real.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
I got super bailed out because I started the game with a holding penalty. That does not make any sense.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get this
You did get bailed out. A fumble. Huge fumble. You got bailed out. Huge fumble.
You earned that fumble. Your user clicked on a hit stick.
Yeah. It's just like a user clicked on and got the pick. Facts.
Debatable facts at best.
Facts. Facts only. Right?
second down following the run. Play clock winding down. They snap it at one. Now it's Roethlisberger. It's caught. It's the former Charger.
Somebody called Dog the Bounty Hunter because Z Farrells just got bailed out.
You did. You did. You got bailed out right there.
Come on. Come on. You were... So, the hook is in your stomach. Because if you're a fish right there, it didn't just get caught in his hook. Oh, Jerry the fish died. Yeah, the hook went all the way down into his stomach. He swallowed the lure. You ain't getting that one back. it ain't... We didn't just hook him in on the fake right there. He swallowed the lure. Let's go. Thank you, Lollipop.
Unbelievable.
Let's see if I can get a free hit stick fumble.
Well, yeah,
that bounces
you're the Steelers.
everywhere and
You're
then
the Steelers. I'm the
jumps on
Chargers,
it.
so you probably will get it. Yeah.
Oh.
Most likely. Short kick. That's weird. Where'd you learn that?
I invented the short kick.
When?
So long ago.
Gibbs kick? No, it was never a Farrell's kick.
This year, I invented the Farrell's kick.
Yeah?
Yeah. A Gibbs kick just means you give the opponent your ball at midfield. And then once a year you get a hit stick and you never stop telling people about it. That's what a Gibbs kick is.
Oh, yeah? Is it? Okay.
Yeah. That's literally exactly what it is.
Oh, okay.
Don't look at my controller. Pittsburgh's allowed negative 12 passing yards thus far.
Yeah?
I'm reading the stat. Hurry up. P. Rivers. 32 Wallaby Way.
And a really good gain there on the post drop. Partner, how do you know to go to that pass?
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
You look how much of the desk you're taking up.
Don't care. It's my desk. It's your own desk. We have 2 TVs. Show up earlier. Set it up. I don't know. What do you want? How's this my fault?
It's your fault.
And the wide out in motion. On 1st and 10, Rivers jumps it off to Woodhead. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. Get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. It keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Oh, poor Danny. Poor Keenan. Ooh.
They'll make it 3rd and 1.
Ooh.
2 minutes to go here in the first half.
Woo.
Back to Heinz Field after this.
I know what you're gonna do here.
Do ya?
Yeah, I
Do ya,
do.
Farles?
I do.
What?
I'll tell you when you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Ridley will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before that. Now it's Woodhead.
Not so.
Gonna get to the
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Third and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They go play action here on 1st down.
You gotta be.
User pick.
You gotta be
User
kidding
pick.
me, Travis Benjamin.
User pick. User pick. The user pick. Rose Bowl is in the chat.
You gotta be.
He was
kidding me.
excited that you were using the Rams offense, but my guess is now he's no longer excited that you're using the Rams
Yeah,
offense.
Rams is savage.
That's what he goes with.
I know.
But I think because you threw a pick, he might not. Like he's
He's probably gonna be like, you don't run the Rams offense well. I'm like, no. Here we go.
What?
Nothing.
What do you want, Gibbs?
Counterpunch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got to a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce.
See if we take that one away for holding.
Oh
See
my
if we get
God.
that one away, taken away for holding.
Oh my God. You're literally the. Oh.
Oh, now that the game flashed user pick on the screen, and I call it, I'm the bad guy. I'm now the bad guy for calling out that I got a user pick. Doesn't even make sense.
Don't touch me.
Don't touch
Get
me.
off of. You're on my side of the desk.
No, this whole thing is my desk.
No, we're both
I give
sitting
you
here.
a piece of this desk
We're
because I'm
both
a man of the people.
You're not a man of the people.
You don't know that.
I do know that. You're not a man of the people.
Red zone opportunity. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door. And he will
Not a man of the people.
Oh, I'm a man of the people.
and signal for a timeout. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
You can't win against Fox. There's no. He spins every angle, propaganda, everything. Facts.
You're like Roman Reigns, dude.
Who?
People, they're saying that you're, I think Dolph Ziggler. You're Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
You're Roman Reigns.
Why?
Wrestling fans know. You guys know.
Okay.
Sure, Gibbs, you can have another shot at the title. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you haven't won one, but yeah. Yeah.
2nd and goal from the 7. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And they'll get him down here.
You can definitely have another shot at the title, Gibbs.
Farles is Roman Reigns. See?
You bring your own chest protector on the plane, probably similar to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Both have stupid haircuts.
From here forward.
Look at your haircut.
It's great. It's flowing real nice.
You have a child's haircut.
It's called the boys regular. But yeah.
I know you have a boy's regular
Yeah.
haircut.
Yeah. Looks good though.
And
That was you were gonna scramble. You were gonna scramble up the middle. That's what your play was. Oh my God.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw,
God.
really nice job. But when you hold it and give up,
Stop picking your teeth.
I'm not. Just
You are.
playing the teeth trombone. Xylophone.
There's nothing nice to say about him. And now he's gonna come back and say something nice about me. This type of guy he is.
Because you're a great guy. You make the freshest yogurt in the block.
That's a fairly straightforward 20. And the play clock running down, so Mike Tomlin burns a timeout. So the offensive unit
I go for it.
and now we are ready to resume play.
Farles is controller looking.
How?
Confirmed.
How?
Wow.
How?
Wow.
How?
Are you really controller looking?
How?
As well, he was 29 of 32 in the field goal department last year. As
How would I look at your paddle?
a fairly straightforward
How would that even work?
I don't know.
short attempt.
I believe it.
It's a little bit of time
I believe it.
How would that even
You're
work?
cheating. Stop because you're looking at my controller.
Why? What would I
The,
gain
the
from
chat
that
just
information?
confirmed it.
What would I gain from
The
that
chat just
information?
confirmed it.
What would I gain?
The chat confirmed it.
What do I have to gain?
Everything.
What would I
Chat.
lose?
The chat confirmed it.
Chat's you're a bunch of your cronies.
well to send it away. Here's Oliver. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here comes the Chargers offense.
Yeah, see? Can do knows. I took the timeout right there for pausing the game earlier. My bad. Forgot.
Quarter, not sure how aggressively offensively they want to play this.
Yeah. That's what you're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it works. Try one run. See if we can set the tone on the start of the drive. Oh, it didn't work, but go hurry up and then we'll just probably just chuck it and then see if we can get out of bounds.
Yeah.
I live in your mind.
You don't live in my mind.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Woodhead. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So we reach halftime.
Bold strategy there. See if it pays off. I can't believe Le'Veon Bell got caught. I mean, you're the number one back in the game. This might be a good return for you. This might be a good return for Sgibs. I am a little nervous. He's been having some decent returns.
Here in quarter number 3. It's a short kick, taken at the 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more
Let's
clear.
try and run again.
And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think that they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they felt they had something going.
First down.
Tempo? Tempo? Tempo?
You gotta be kidding me.
Tempo? Is it real spike or fake spike? Guess give just audible and to and from real plays, fake plays. Interesting. No fumble for me. But don't cry
No
for me.
fumble for what?
Don't cry for me for getting in there in the backfield, popping it just like you did to me earlier, which I fortunately recovered.
Why do you have
That's
to get a
basically
fumble?
the same thing.
Why would you get a
Because
fumble
you
there?
want to. Big players want to be rewarded in big moments.
Mm-hmm.
That was good defense. Real recognize real. You know. We got Rockets in the building.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm repping the Mutthead shirt.
Looking
You're not a
good.
man of the people. Where's your Mutthead shirt?
In the mail. Ball's out.
There's your fumble. There you go. You gotta be kidding me.
You're lucky DJ Fluker picked it up.
Oh my God.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. A really good pickup of 28 yards. In the passing game, do you like the aggressiveness there and how it works?
That's your best play of the day. That's pretty. It is kind of funny. It is funny. I put sticks coverage. I played sticks coverage, but I locked in, tried to strip it, couldn't do it.
Dot.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense
Not bad.
maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup. Good
Played sticks. They didn't get there.
down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And to the right side here, it's Allen. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll be good for San Diego 1st down.
Run.
A 1st down throw here for Rivers. On the right side by Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. And now they're in the hurry-up. And he motions the wide receiver. To throw is Rivers.
Ball's out. Timmons. Kapow.
Wow.
All the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. To the air again here, Rivers. This is Johnson, he's got it. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over
This is
the
always
top
fun.
of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
He's got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A 2-yard touchdown grab, and the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening. And it
Come on, man. Grow up.
What?
Don't do that.
To what?
7 now.
Try and block your kick?
No.
That? I can't. I'm not allowed to push the R trigger when you try and kick the ball. How's that on me?
So just
Gibbs kick coming up here.
now as they send this one away. Short kick here, fielded about the 17.
You got so incredibly lucky right there.
Why? Why?
Because I pressed
Because
RB
why?
to cover up the ball, and my guy decided to do the body fake. If he had kept running, he would have cribbed that. You got so lucky.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of like when you recovered the fumble with Big Ben.
Very similar, Gibbs. Very similar, like when you recovered the fumble with your defensive lineman. It was just like that, except one of those took skill and one didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. They did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The play clock's running down. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll go again with Bell. Oh, spinning away.
So lucky.
That he didn't fumble?
No, that he ran 10 yards backwards when you
That he didn't fumble?
when you didn't tackle
Oh,
him. When you
okay.
when you
Oh.
against knowing the tactics of the game, took a free safety with no hip power and tried to deliver a hit in one of the best backs in the game, bounced off of them, but happened to run 10 yards backwards instead of forwards. Yes, that would be what I would say. That was somewhat lucky.
Oh. Gotcha. Gotcha, Charles. Gotcha. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Still 14 yards left. Time running out here on the play clock. They'll fake the give to Williams. Now it's Roethlisberger. Rolling to his right. That's inside the 20.
Unbelievably terrible. It's unbelievably terrible. It's unbelievably terrible. Unbelievably terrible. Unbelievably terrible.
I do agree. That was terrible defense.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
It's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like
Is that fun? Sucks.
It caused me to miss a field goal.
Is that fun? Is that fun?
Did I do that?
That's exactly what you do.
Did I do that?
That's what you do.
Chat, did I do that?
That's what you do. Yeah.
That's what I do, or that's what I did?
No, that's what you do. You. That's what you do. That's what you do. Facts.
I don't know how the chat can root for you.
That's what you do.
Like, that's this is a seminal moment.
That's what you do.
This is to me.
That's what you do.
To me, that's the difference.
That's
and
what you
I'm
do.
drawing a line in the sand right now. I'm
Yeah.
drawing.
You're drawing a line. Yeah.
Anybody that could be a Gibbs guy after that display, just grosses me out.
Why? Okay.
That's savage, bro.
That's what you do.
I did that.
That's what you do.
I did that.
You do way worse because you don't say anything.
Oh.
You don't say anything until right when you're gonna kick it, and then you make a loud noise. Yes, that's what you do.
So I'm worse. I'm worse than doing the boogeyman noise
The boogeyman noise.
as soon as you went down 2 scores.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God.
Who?
Taste your own medicine, bro. The taste of your own medicine. Fact.
I don't think so.
Factual information.
It's not even.
Ooh-ba-ba, Gate.
It's just
Oh.
weird, man.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. Dumps it off to Woodhead. Oh no, he lost the football.
Yeah, you're gonna right bumper cheese? Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
make a tackle, get in good position while you stayed in
yeah.
bounds to try and get
I
some
ran
extra
out of
yards
bounds. I ran
with
out of
Danny
bounds.
Woodhead?
I ran out of bounds.
Wait, so a strip fumble's not a real fumble?
I ran out of bounds.
They'll run him now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And the wide out in motion. Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers have made this a one-score game. Lambo to add on the extra point. So they get the score, partner. Game's not over, but they
You didn't miss it on purpose because you're not a man of the people. You're not a class act.
They took care of the first part by scoring themselves.
Think that's funny?
I do think it's funny, actually.
I think
yeah.
it's funny that you, threw off the competitive balance.
That's what you do.
What? You keep saying I do that. You accuse me of doing it earlier in the game.
That's exactly what you do. Oh, God.
I don't do anything.
Are
Gibbs.
you kidding me?
See, what did I tell you?
Are you kidding
What did I
me?
tell you though? What did I tell you? I said if I didn't hit RB right there, I would have cribbed it. Next kick, what do? I crib it, Gibbs. You know why?
Oh, my God. You are
Crime doesn't pay.
something else.
Crime doesn't pay.
You are something else.
Crime doesn't pay.
You are something else.
Crime doesn't pay.
You.
Karma is real.
You are something.
Karma is real.
You are something else, man.
Karma is real.
You know that? It's.
Karma is real.
You're just something real.
These are the facts, Gibbs. Guacamole costs extra at Chipotle. You want to play? That's what it takes, bro.
So, you're something else.
Now I have to go for 2 because remember you made me miss the kick by screaming in my ear. I have a very sensitive ear, especially after long flights.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Roethlisberger looking to throw.
Drop it.
Especially after long flights.
Dropped it.
Now I'm only down 8. That's a joke.
Should have kicked the field goal. Should have kicked the extra point. That's on you.
It's a joke. No, it's on you from earlier in the
Should have
game.
kicked the extra point.
You know it's real.
You should have kicked the extra point. It's not on me. You started the Hooga Booga war. You started that war.
When I tap the right trigger on my controller to try and block your kick?
You don't do that. You do that to try and make me miss. And you've been doing
When
it
did I
to me
do
for
it?
over 9 years.
I want to block the kick. 9 years? I just met you.
You didn't just meet me. We've known each other for 11 years, and you've been doing it for 11 years.
Thanks, Mora.
And now San Diego getting set to go. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major
The Hooga Booga war.
scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves.
Oh, you think that's funny?
The Hooga Booga war.
You like that?
I do think it's
I
funny.
think that's funny.
Yeah.
To keep it moving in
Interesting.
the right direction because as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
And he's brought down. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Chargers are going to have a first down.
So much for him being bottled up throughout
Buttery smooth, Blaine Train. Buttery smooth.
the breakthrough and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going.
Hugga Bugga Gate. Hugga Bugga Gate.
In that direction, can they bottle him up?
You think it's funny?
I do think it's funny because that's what you do. That's what you do.
You're the guy that did it, but I'm the guy that did it.
Yeah.
Okay.
They run again with Woodhead. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 40. Time starting to run out here. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. They'll run it now out of the gun. Flag on the play. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 40.
What do you want me to do? Should I decline it? Should I cry for you? Because this happened to me in the first quarter. Now it's happened to you in the fourth quarter. But I'm the bad guy. It makes sense. 3rd and 7, probably should have just taken it.
And of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Here's
with that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
Allen alone to the right. And he motions the wide receiver. On third down, Rivers. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. And the wideout in motion. Desperation time. Rivers on fourth down. Finds his target in Gates. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. On first and 10, Rivers. And this one is incomplete. The veteran James Jones, the intended target. And that'll make it second and 10. So incomplete first. Let's see what second down has in store. They'll run it now out of the gun.
Ball. Ball. No! No, 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 no.
Avoid disaster. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. And he motions the wide receiver. He'll look to throw. And to the right side here, it's Allen.
Caught that?
Give him 3 on the play, and it'll make it second down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Back to throw.
Pick, ball, stumble, something, anything. More, more, more.
Any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. You have to feel pretty good as a defense.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off. And the wideout in motion. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? owners always used to say after a touchdown, give him 6. Now they've got it, but they need 2 in order to tie. This is why teams spend a lot more time on 2-point conversions because they become more prevalent in the NFL.
Now receiver in motion left. Rivers is going to throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but
Dontrell Inman, game online. Get out of here, please. Thank you.
so there is still time. A little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And it's the Steelers who come up with it. And that should just about do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Bell. And he's going to fight his way. Now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. But after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Bell. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third. They come out here in the eye. On third down, here's Williams. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense.
Are you gonna ooga booga booga this or no?
It'll be their third.
You don't know? You don't know what it takes? Whatever it takes to win? That's what you're gonna say?
We'll step aside.
Don't know what I'm gonna do.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And Boswell's
Buried it, baby.
and that will push the lead up to
Buried it. Let's go.
so they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. This one taken just inside the 10.
Phoenix with the sub hype.
The Steelers defense, we watch them get set to go. And we'll see if they can get one final stop with this crowd behind them.
And let's face it, as much as we want to say it's all about the guys on the field, they can get some help right here from the home crowd. And they're going to try their best to get them motivated, get them involved. But they need a play or 2 in order to keep them in that spot.
The crowd's making some noise now. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. He's back to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Yeah? Good throw.
And the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 2. Second down following the incompletion. They'll look to throw. Right back for Allen. This time he finds it complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 15 yards there on the catch and run. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeout.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy's still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
Sack. Dropped. Let's go.
Off free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
In motion right here comes Johnson. Now Rivers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Rivers. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
They know. Number 7 knows.
The defensive guys on that play, able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Rivers on 4th down. Finding time. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Good game.
I'll tell you what,
I don't like your tactics.
My tactics.
Your tactics.
Those are your tactics.
You went out of game tactics.
Those are your tactics.
Here's what's gonna
you
happen.
You invented those tactics.
Here's what's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen? What?
They're gonna go back to the first quarter when you kicked a field goal, and I pulled the right trigger to block
That's
your
not-
kick.
but
And
the-
when you complained about it,
this
when you
is-
complained
no,
about it,
this-
you always do that. They're
you
gonna
do.
they're gonna go find that one.
Go find the 35 ones before it.
Nope. They're gonna
Yes.
find that one.
Yes.
And then they're gonna find what
What do
you
you
did,
know?
and they're gonna see, and they're gonna put them next to each other.
No, but that doesn't tell the whole story. That doesn't have context of the entire relationship of what that represents. You sit here and you literally will go. You sit here.
It's not about me.
Yes, it is. That's
You
that's
yelled.
a retaliation. It's a retaliation.
yelled.
It's a 100% retaliation.
Yeah.
Because when I go to kick field goals, you go like this. You sit there and you go.
No.
Yes, you do.
They're going to go back on the tape and see if I did that.
You didn't do it in this game, but you do
But
go
you
this. You go like this.
complained after
you
I
this.
did it.
You go like this. You go.
But you complained after I did it.
Yeah, because you do ridiculous tactics. So I resorted to doing it.
You know
as
what,
well.
Gibbs?
I did.
I think you're overtired. I think that neck pillow.
Yeah.
That neck pillow didn't do the job for you.
Yep.
You're taking it out on me.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like my nasty stick skills.
What nasty stick skills?
Kick return for a touchdown. After I told you I would do it if you did it again. This dotopotamus Rex.
Oh yeah.
This is not a dot.
Off your back foot. Yeah. Okay.
It's Ben Roethlisberger. You're one of the playing with the best one. You should have
Okay.
You should have picked a better team.
Oh, yeah. Great animation. That's good.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
82 yards by my fullback. Crib shot. Which I told you I would do. I said,
Okay.
do not kick it to me again
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
I will make you pay, sir.
Yeah.
I even gave you a chance to get back into it, just for the audience.
Mm-hmm.
I went for 2, keep it a 1-score game. To give you a shot.
You're good at play now, man. You are. You're good at play now. You're good at play now. You are a great play now player. Sounds good.
Oh, last year I was only good at MUT. This year I'm only good at
No.
Play Now.
No, the only time we ever played last year was not. We played a ton of Play Now. It's fine. It's good. You're a good player. You make big plays when you need to make big plays.
You have a great MUT team.
I do have a great MUT team.
That's why you're good.
Apparently.
What do you want me to say?
I don't want to say anything.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, guys, if you missed any of the show tonight, including the game of the week, you can check it out tomorrow. We'll have it up. And we went over the top 5 MUT quarterbacks. Remember, it's Stafford, pocket puzzle, Elway, pocket option. Tyrod Taylor, award winner's probably the best. Cam Newton's probably 4th. And Aaron Rodgers would be your 5th kind of do-it-all. We taught you how to stop the run. Very important to go back and watch that video. Did you feel like you could stop the run better in that game?
Yeah. You had that one long one with Bell. But I just gotta you gotta mess around with it more.
Best red zone play. You showed the red zone play, then I knew you were gonna run it, and then you ran it, and then you scored a touchdown anyways. User control tips on defense, stretch and counter defense, drag route defense. 3-4 blitz schemes coming to the Brain Trust after this, so check your Twitch inbox, and then you've got the Rams offensive playbook. We did little I-form scheme from that, and then we did game of the week. Can Gibbs get a win? So you'll be able to see all those answers. Reminder, guys, we do it every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Wednesday night. So make sure you follow the channel, and we'll be back for more next Wednesday. But we'll also be streaming this weekend. I'll be online, guys. My goal this weekend is to clear out my binder, do some... open some packs, and just kind of get my MUT team in order, and I'm going to keep continuing to do playbooks. So if you have a playbook you want to see me break down, hit me up on Twitter, at Madden Bible, at Sgibs7. And until next time,
lock up.